Okay, we had the new parts come through from the factory. We'll get them on the car ahead of FP1.
Fantastic. Fresh stuff. Yay, fresh stuff. We get to choose a new rival now as well. Let's have a look. Who should we choose?
Remember to select a driver that you consider your rival from the rivalry screen on the workstation.
Well, you know what? Since how we're going to be coming to the championship, we may as well select our championship rival, mightn't we? So I choose Kimi Räikkönen. Let's battle with Kimi for the championship in more ways than one. Contract's looking pretty good as well. Sweet. So here's our R&D update. So now that's unlocked, so we can go for 2 ultimate upgrades if we so wish. But we might just wait, try and get them for the end of the season. I think, to be fair, that's what we need to do. We need to accumulate upgrade points now. So that goes to so that will lead down to 2 of them, and yeah, all right, that's fair enough. So welcome everyone to the circuit of the Americas for the American Grand Prix. Let's have a look. There's the development parts, and oh, it's going to be a wet qualifying. That could be interesting. So it looks like it's actually going to be a wet second session. That's interesting. That's very interesting indeed. Let's take a look at your points as they stand. We are championship leader by 34 points over Kimi Räikkönen. Sebastian Vettel a long way back in 3rd. Daniel Ricciardo a long way back in 4th. Having a fight with Max Verstappen, Lewis Hamilton. Sergio Perez, Nico Hulkenberg, Valtteri Bottas, Carlos Sainz are your top 10. And then Ocon, Leclerc after that brilliant 2nd place. Lance Stroll, Kevin Magnussen, Roman Grosjean, Marcus Ericsson, Fernando Alonso, Brendan Hartley, Stoffel Van Dorn, and Pierre Gasly. Everyone still scored points. And in the constructors, well, we've got 2nd wrapped up. It's a case, can we catch Ferrari? Look at that. 5 race victories in a row. Spa, Monza, Singapore, Sochi, Suzuka. So technically we shouldn't win around this circuit, but Austin, the circuit of the Americas, is one of my better circuits. So we've got high hopes here. So we're going to get out there, get practiced, and we'll see if qualifying.
We're expecting qualifying to start any minute here in Austin, Texas, where drivers will be hoping to top the timesheets today and be ready for tomorrow's US Grand Prix. And I'm here, of course, with Anthony Davidson on what has turned out to be a very pleasant day indeed. No weather to interfere, no problems on the track, so absolutely no room for error.
That's right, Crofty. It's looking good out there at the moment. Each team will have their own game plan for this session, and of course, once the cars leave the garage, they'll be under parc fermé conditions, so any last-minute adjustments need to be done right here and now. Beyond that, it's all up to the driver. Who can keep their tyres in the right temperature? Who can hit their apexes? No race fuel on board these days, of course. These are the fastest cars we've had in a long, long time, and it's right here in qualifying where they're at their absolute peak. Let's get started.
Okay, Jeff's not going to talk again. So let's just do that, make absolutely sure, and we'll head out onto the track. And I think the one thing that I can say from practice, it could probably be the buzzword for this video, is inconsistent. Because normally we go very well around this circuit, but it just felt like we had no feel in especially sectors 2 and 3. It felt like we had feel in sector 1, but the car just felt dead in sector 3, and that's the money sector, unfortunately. But we should have enough to get into, I would say, the top 10 shootout at least. Whether we qualify top 4, there's Hulkenberg, because those Renaults, I'll tell you now, them Renaults have been flying. If ever there was a car to watch out for, it's them Renaults. Although in saying that, we've just gone a second faster than the Renault. By absolutely lording the middle sector. Which does not surprise me, because we are now the fastest car out there. We come out the last corner, Magnussen sets a blinder. There's an even blinder. Wow! Where's that pace been all weekend? That pace has been literally nowhere.
Our best lap so far is a 1:31.6.
And as soon as I say that, here comes the Saubers and Esteban Ocon. But I think that lap's good enough to get us in. Looks like that lap's good enough. So that is top 4. So where's Raikkonen? Out! Oh, good lord! That's a break. That is a break. Raikkonen's out? And I chose him as my rival. What's he thinking? And we also lose Bottas as well, as long as Stoffel Van Dorn, Brendan Hartley and Roman Grosjean. Oh well, this weekend just got easier. Q2 then. Oh, I'm not worried now. In fact, you know what? I might even be cheeky and try to go through on the super softs. Let's see if we can. If we can't, then we've got a pair of ultras backing us up. Now, if you remember the American race from season 1, we did try this because we thought we had the pace to go through on a set of super softs. But alas, we had to put that on the back burner and go through on a set of ultra softs. But this year we've got the pace, so we might try this. I suppose it'll all depend on how we go through the S's here. As we said, I said that's a reasonable first sector. If we can get anywhere close to the 31.7, sorry, 31.6 that we did in Q1, I would say that we're going to start on the right tyre, as we just weak sauce the braking slightly. Let's see where we are compared in well, 1.2 faster. And then we absolutely mess up turn 16. These are the cars that we got to be beating, them Red Bulls. Vettel as well. Will we get... No, it's a 32... What was it? 32.4. That might be enough. It's going to be close. At the moment we find ourselves in 7th, behind a whole load of Ultra qualifiers. Let's accelerate the time on a bit. No one's seemingly improving. We're leaving it late now, so we're committed. And we're through. Lance Stroll with the fastest time in Q2. Get yourself some, Lance. Oh, yes, boy. So we lose Ericsson, Ocon, Magnussen, Alonso and Gasly. And we came through on the Super Softs. Time to go on to Q3 then. And Q3 also means we got 3 sets of Ultras to use if we fancy it. So let's set a lap. As the sun starts to set in Austin, Texas. But now we've got the best engine mode out there. The best everything. It's time to give it the absolute. Let's see. I tell you what, if we can get a 30 point something, that'll be the lap. A 30 point something will be, I think, a lap around here. Kind of botched that. Botch mode. I think it's because I'm used to them super softs by now, not the ultra softs. Hamilton with a 32.6. That might be well. Oh, forgot the DRS. Whoops! Hey, forgot the DRS. That'll cost us a few tenths. Although in saying that, we're 7 tenths faster than Hamilton without DRS. Although we are quickly seeing our 7 tenths disappear. Ricardo with a 32.1. Where will this put us? Is a 31.8.
That's the fastest.
31.8, fastest set of anybody. And now for the alternative, here comes Lance Stroll. No, Sergio Perez. 29.2 for Perez. Good Lord, Perez has OP'd it. There's no way I'm 2.5 seconds. Good Lord, what did you have to do to put that lap together, Sergio?
Okay, we don't think we're far away from some rain. I'll keep you updated as the conditions change.
Oh well, we better get a new set of Ultras on. Get the super sticky Q3 set on. I was about to say it looked like it was going a bit dark. Oh, now it's raining. Well, that should be the race then. Unless they don't think the rain's going to last too long.
That's you into P2. You're currently on the front row of the grid.
They just disabled DRS. Well, I think that's the grid then. I think that's the grid. We could qualify P2.
grid is all set then for the race tomorrow. But before we go, let's quickly remind ourselves of our top three, who are Perez, Poole and Daniel Ricciardo. The grid is set then, so that just leaves the race itself. Join us tomorrow, where we'll be live with all the action. And until then, it's goodbye.
I think that's P2 and a job well done. Even though we are 2.5 seconds slower than Perez. Perez OPing it on his lap. So I think we'll go and head to the shop, unless Claire wants to interrupt us on the way. Shit-ass music. Needs to take that away straight away. Yeah, alright, well let's Stroll win something once, shall we? Who the hell is that with the bloody stupid music out there? They need to shut up, and they need to shut up to start with. Wow, look at that. Apparently Mercedes are the worst team on the grid. Did you ever think you'd hear them words?
Alright, I think we can call that a successful qualifying. We should be in with a good chance in the race.
I agree. Looks like it's going to be a dry race. So I would say then, any upgrades certainly we go for now, we need to be concentrating now on upgrades for next season. Unless, of course, we do decide, with the championship, we decide to move to Renault. Is it Renault we're looking at? Although we may be honest, maybe looking at Force India now. What about me and Perez? Me and Sergio. Should we go with Sergio? How's Sergio doing in the championship? Yeah, he's outperforming Ocon, so that'd be probably worth it. Might be worth going in that direction. Or maybe we'll just stay Williams for a little bit. See if we can win Williams a team championship again. But yeah, I think it's go time with the race. They ain't gonna have anything for me in this one coming up. So let's go out there, get racing, and we'll see what happens.
What fantastic enthusiasm we have for Formula One here in the United States of America. And it's an enthusiasm born from generations of memorable Grand Prix racing. Bruce McLaren took his maiden victory at Sebring way back in 1959, and John Watson's 1983 victory at Long Beach, well, that still holds the record for the lowest ever starting position for a race winner. We're racing today then in Travis County, Texas, around the 20 corners of the wonderful Circuit of the Americas. We'll be reaching speeds of around 200 miles an hour, and there are plenty of good opportunities to pass, especially through the two DRS zones into turn 1 and the very long back straight into turn 12. With me today, of course, is Anthony Davidson. Let's talk about Poole. That was a great win in the last race. Can they keep that momentum going this weekend?
It's always nice to come into a Grand Prix weekend.
Yeah, come on, let's start talking about me for a change.
On your practice and qualifying runs, so it's the momentum from those sessions that they'll be hoping to carry into the race today.
So before the off, let's remind ourselves of yesterday's qualifying session with a look at the starting grid. It's Sergio Perez on pole position today, and Poole completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Ricciardo, Vettel, Lewis Hamilton and Hülkenberg, Stroll, Leclerc, Verstappen and Marcus Ericsson, Ocon, Magnussen, Fernando Alonso and Gasly, Sainz. They'll be starting further back after an earlier grid penalty. Grosjean, Valtteri Bottas and Brendan Hartley. Van Dorn and Kimi Räikkönen rounds off the grid. And with preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track.
Okay, you can brake late into 1 because of the incline. It's a slow corner though, so make sure you stay out of trouble. Good luck.
Thank you, Jeff. So we've got an 8-lap stint on the super soft before we switch onto a 6-lap stint on the ultra soft. I think it's time to get it done, because I honestly think it's go time, folks. We've only got to beat the Pink Panther in the front there, and we've got, who we got behind us? So we got Ricciardo and Vettel. So if we can beat the Pink Panther, I think we've got this. Win number 6 for the, no, this is win number 8, I think. Oh, and I'm doubting myself now with how many victories I've had this season. We'll figure that out when we get to it. Let's go race. Oh, they didn't hold us very long. Lights out, away we go. And that's, who's that coming past us? Oh, here goes Vettel. Stevie right at the inside. And they'll break the lot of them. Whoa! What a move! And Vettel's come into second. Perez got caught napping. Don't you beat me! The Great White is out in front.
That's a decent start. Good job.
How dare you call that only a decent start, Jeff? I thought that start was fan-dammy-doozaloos. As we try and pull away from Sebastian Vettel, but have you noticed now we beat Vettel, and Vettel thinks now he's all of a sudden the shit or something, excuse my language. Vettel's nothing, man. Still, that sector with this stadium section is causing me loads of problems, man. But here's where we absolutely foot to the floor. Thank you, goodbye. One lap done. We are the man. Perez, what a scrub. Mind you, I think we must have been, what, 4 wide into that first corner? Alright, that's wide. Get back over there. I'd like to know where Raikkonen is. Because I don't think we can win the championship at this race. In fact, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll ask Jeff. Jeff will know. Won't you, Jeff?
As things stand, we'll be leading the championship.
No, we would be leading. It wouldn't be win the championship. So that would come in Mexico. See, the good news for us is we're getting the worst tyre out of the way quickly. Come on then. Come on, Seb.
Great work. That's a new fastest lap for the race.
You were a scrub when I was rivals. You're a scrub now. As the car tried to fight me through turn 1. Half a second faster. That goes under the category wow. I think we're also out of DRS range as well. And if we're not, we're pretty unlucky. No, I think we are, so we're good. There's no way Seb can make up that gap in that time. Come on then, folks. Woohoo! We're still a couple of tenths up. Vettel the gap at 0.6 of a second. Round the corner, here we go. Oh, it's a bit wide, that'll give me a track limit warning, yep.
We advise moving to mix 2, fuel to mix 2.
Seb's only 6/10 behind, but we're dropping Ricciardo like an absolute stone. You know, DRS I don't think works on the lead up to turn 1, if I'm being brutally honest. Gap to 8/10. So if he gets even the sniff down into turn 10, he'll get DRS. Or is this turn 11 coming up? Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, it was turn 11, so this is turn 12.
Reduce the ERS deployment, please. We need to charge the battery.
Jeff wants me to charge the battery. We've still got plenty, man. Still got plenty. Yeah, come on, Seb. Come on, Seb. Have to back out the throttle slightly there. Ooh, we're all over the place. Tell you what, we're going to have to defend into turn 1. He's got DRS with Seb. He's trying to gain an advantage with the wing, but with the drag, but no dice. I will tell him now, he comes even close, I will chop his wing off. Oh, there's another, oh, corner cutting again. I think we're only allowed one more of that.
If you continue to cut corners, the stewards will give you a penalty.
That wasn't my intention, Jeff. So if you don't mind, I'd like to get to this battle I'm about to have with Sebastian down into turn 12. Come on, Seb. Come on. Yeah. No guts. No guts. You got nothing. I wonder if Seb's engineers could be telling him push now, push now. Oh, big slide out of 16. 17 and 18, the two corners then. It's a shame, I shouldn't be struggling on these super soft tyres. In fact, Vettel's gone in the pits. So now, here's where we've got to put our hammer down.
We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the ultra softs.
This is where we put our hammer down. He was only a couple of tenths behind us. But Ricciardo's still out here. No,
Lance is in the pits.
Who's not come in then? Looks like Ocon's not come in. Looks like Ocon's not coming. Ericsson's not coming. They're 10 seconds behind me, crikey. You know, for a couple of cars that were OPing in qualifying and practice, they aren't half scrubs now. So we've got both McLarens haven't come in, both Haas's. Looks like actually, if it was Ricciardo, he's absolutely mullered Vettel. Which I find absolutely hard to believe, so that must be Verstappen. We've got to come out though around where Seb is. In fact, is it worth pitting a lap early to put these ultras on? That's a tough call, man. That's tough. I don't want to see what a gap is to Vettel. Mind you, Vettel's on the tyres that I'm on.
Battery charge is low. If we turn down the ERS deployment, we can harvest more energy.
Oh, they didn't get in for corner cutting that time. I think if I saw it slow down, it might be worth going ultras now. Oh, that's a tough chalk call though. It's a tough call. That's a tough call, I tell you. We've got problems on the right front. Right front's overheating, it looks like. Is it overheated, or is it just because of the stresses we're putting it under? Yeah, it is. It's really overheated. Although now it looks like, good lord. Yeah. I've got overheating tyres here.
Pit window open. Let's box this lap.
We'll box this lap then, Jeff. We've got overheating tyres here. That's a problem. There's Vettel. So now Vettel's in second place. Where will we come out if we... Oh, we're going to come out behind Vettel. It's a race then, isn't it? Sixth. Wow, he's really pushing. He's really pushing.
Okay, remember to pit this lap.
But the good news is we're going to have the faster tyre. And that is where Seb's going to have a problem. So with 16 seconds behind, I reckon we're going to come out about 5 or something seconds behind him. There we go, we're down to the limit. So here comes Seb.
Go, go, go.
Here comes Seb, there goes Seb.
Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound. Try to stay with him, he might make a mistake. We could still regain the position.
Yes, I agree, Jeff. Do you want the English translation of what Jeff just said? Wow, they gave him the corner cutting warning. That's harsh.
You need to slow down before hitting the corners. We don't want to get a penalty.
Well, we already did.
You've been awarded a time penalty for that last incident.
And look at us, already gaining on Sebastian. So what's the gap at? There's got to be about 2.5
There's
seconds.
5 laps of fuel remaining.
We should be able to punish him with a absolute pull. It's 1.6, even better. Mind you, this isn't a race we should win because it doesn't begin with an S or an M.
Virtual safety car deployed. Slow down and maintain a positive delta. Virtual safety car is deployed. Drop your speed, our delta is too low and we risk a penalty. Slow your pace immediately.
Seb just got lucky. So what brought this out then?
Virtual safety car is ending. Maintain your pace until the green flag. VSC ending. Wait for green.
Here we go. Turn to racing speed, so now we got to make that gap up again. Ah! Love to know where Raikkonen is. If Raikkonen doesn't score points, this is big for the championship. Do we get DRS? No. That's fine. But the gap's at 1.1. Seb will not have an answer if we even get close. Like I told you, we won't have an answer. Look at him. He's struggling on them.
There's 4 laps of fuel remaining.
Jeff, don't ever cut me off when I'm nattering. This is going to be textbook into turn 12. Absolute textbook. He's going to move over. He doesn't have an answer. And that's us through into the lead of the race again, along with the fastest middle sector. Now we just got to get away. We've got to build up a 3-second lead in what? The space of 3 laps? Shouldn't be too difficult. There's a second of it already. Are we still having right front issues? No, we're not. As we again go purple in the middle sector, car slides around all over the place. Don't want to have too much of that. Whoa, big slide out the hairpin. But Seb's far enough away. We've pulverised him into submission already. I think Raikkonen's well at the points. Big time championship implications.
Reduce the ERS deployment, please. We need to charge the battery.
I didn't see what the gap was between me and Seb, but I imagine it's pretty high up there. I think Seb's just sent his helicopter to stop me. What's the gap? The gap. 1.9 seconds. We got to find, what, a second in 2 laps? No, that's easy. That's easy considering how we can push this car through this section. Gap at 2.4, so there's half of it already.
We have 2 laps of fuel remaining.
And we have 2 laps of fuel remaining according to Jeff. Another slide out of turn 11, the hairpin. We don't have them problems with our right front now. There's the 3-second gap. Another slide. We've definitely got second because Hamilton is... Oh, where's Hamilton come from? More to the point, where's Ricciardo gone? So this is the penultimate lap.
This is your final lap. Final lap of the race.
Gap to Vettel 3.2. We get a decent gap through to the first sector, and I reckon pop the champagne, boys. All we got to do is finish Mexico. .6 the gap to Vettel. Out of the hairpin, no sliding it this time. It's not over between Hamilton and Ricciardo for the final step on the podium. I think it's over for Kimi Räikkönen, that's him. He's well back. He must be about 15th, 16th, something like that. Still 3.6 to Vettel. Are we really going to lose 6/10 in this final sector? I doubt it. If we do, we're unlucky. Or we might be. Coming out the last corner. Checkered flag is there. We're going to win. We win! Just!
It's a well-deserved victory for Williams then after that breathtaking Grand Prix. Tell me, Ant, what was the key to this success?
Well, I'd say it's just raw pace, plain and simple. I mean, we could sit here and talk about strategy all day, the overtaking, looking after the tyres, but at the end of it all, if you want to win, you need a package that's got the speed over everyone else, and that's exactly what they had today.
And as the adrenaline dies down after another eventful Grand Prix, here come the top 3 out onto the podium.
Yeah, we're happy with that. So we'll spray the champagne.
And after this round of the World Championship, here's how things look in the drivers' table. Poole increases their championship lead. Moving on to the driver of the day then. Anthony Davidson, who would you go for?
Difficult call, but I'd like to say Esteban Ocon. He's just so gifted at getting the most out of his tyres, and he showed that today.
On to the constructors then. The lead at the top comes down after a strong weekend from the challenging pack. There'll be plenty more twists and turns to come this season. I hope you can join us at the next race to see just who will come out on top.
I'll tell you now, that could be the death nail. That could be it for Kimi. I mean, what's the gap at? Let's have a look. Oh, your driver's standings. The gap's at 59. That's, I think, is the death nail for Kimi Räikkönen. We're gonna win it in our second season. With the... Good lord, how have we managed to do that? So all we got to do then is basically he can win the race and we can finish second. What more can you say than that? We have been in this final few races absolutely pulverizing since Belgium. You cannot get any better than how we've been. I think we've also gained a few points on the Ferraris and the constructors. Not a lot. So I think as far as the constructors are concerned, it's gonna take a monumental effort. We've got to have the Ferraris basically scoring 0 for the last 3 races, which we both know won't happen. And we got to finish 1-2 with Lance. Right then. To Claire, to the shop, to victory.
Good day today. Tell us about it from your perspective. You took the top points today. Was it a comfortable win?
Yeah. It was, wasn't it? We just had the amount of downfalls.
You must be happy with the result today.
Yes, happy. I think I need to buy a new trophy cabinet.
You're surpassing all expectations. Can anything or anyone stop you?
No.
It's looking like the championship is already won. Do you think there's still time for this to change? Appreciate your time.
No problem. Look at them. They know they've not won it yet. Look at all these points. Pay me, please. Ooh, that'll be nice.
Great work. That's exactly the kind of result I'm looking for. Keep it up.
Oh, I'll gladly keep it up, don't worry.
You hit your last team goal. Well done. That should get the team a nice boost to their development.
We did hit our team
and it
goal.
won't hurt when it comes to your next contract review either.
Now, what should we do with these 1,200 resource points? Logic would dictate that we... I might just wait, you know. I might just wait and hold on. I haven't quite decided yet what I'm gonna do next season, because part of me does want to go, but part of me also wants to hang around, maybe win the constructors with Williams, and then move on to another team. But part of me is also worrying, well, if I upgrade the car fully and then move, Williams are going to be a threat for the future seasons. See, a good team to move to would be useful to keep an eye on some of these other teams, i.e. Force India and Renault. They'd be the ones to keep an eye on. But You know, we've not won the championship yet. Let's be clear with that. Anything can happen in these next races. We've won 6 in a row now. 9 victories on the season. Compared to Raikkonen, who's only won 4. Where did he finished 15th? Wow. But that's the crucial thing. You look how consistent I've been. Only 1 position out the points. And then you look at Raikkonen, he's got 2 out the points, but he's had a lot more finishes below my worst finishes in the points of 7th. So, for me, Kimi's been put under pressure, and now he's faltering. But then again, you could argue, well, hang on, if we didn't have our problems in France and Azerbaijan, we'd probably won the championship by now. But it's good that we had that varied season at the start, and now look at this. Look at this absolute pulverizing 6-race win streak that we've gone on. And we're coming up to Mexico City next, which is an M circuit, which means we've got to win it. We should win it anyway. Whether we will win it or not, that's another thing. But thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this. I've certainly enjoyed it, and we shall see you next time around the Autodromo Jose Carlos Pache. Take care, everyone.